Video games. Everyone likes them. Violent people. No one likes them. But what if I told you that they're connected and the same? I would know because video games made me violent. Let me tell you the story of how it happened. And once you're convinced, pick up our shirt to join the movement. The video games made me violent, stay back t-shirt, buy it now. Why am I doing this so early on in the video? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And here with me today, I have my friend Bianca. Welcome.
Hello.
And my editor, Jonas. You always do the best sounds. Yeah, that's why you earn the big bucks. Let's get started. I don't know about you, but I got introduced to video games with a home PC. My dad bought a home PC so he could like work from home, and it was a super old PC. He would take floppy disks from work and he would put the text files on there and take them home. But I very quickly realized that this typewriter computer could play video games. So Dad could never use the computer for working again because I would be on it all the time, just playing all the best games. Because I'm really old, stop the bullying. No bullying in the comments. I'm old, okay? I'm very insecure. It was DOS. It was just this operating system where you literally need to like write in stuff like a hacker to do anything. That's how old I am, no bullying. But honestly, it would have been really easy to get violent from video games already because I was playing this game called Cosmonaut. It was a jumping spaceship game. There was a lot of hidden traps and you had to memorize the stuff and it was really frustrating. But the main thing that could and probably should have made me violent was that there was an 8-bit motor sound and it sounded something like this.
That is really annoying.
Just imagine listening to that for hours and hours. I'm like, how did I not get a stroke?
People shouldn't bully you for how old you are. They should celebrate you that you made it to this age. Screw that garbage.
Imagine just listening to that for hours. I just want to go out right now, do some stabbing. Anyway, so so my dad noticed pretty early on my love for video games and he was like, I'm gonna use this in a positive way. I'm gonna make sure that it's like a good time for Joel, but he will also do things that are good for him. So my dad programmed a VS racing game. They wanted me and my sister to play against each other. And the crux of the video game was that you got further on the track by answering math questions.
My worst nightmare.
Nice try, Dad, right? It's like he spent hours and hours programming this math game for me and my sister, and I think I played it twice. Why do you think I play video games, Dad? Like, are you an idiot? It's not so that I can do math.
Did it take you a bit before you realized what he was doing, or were you immediately like, see what you do, Dad, but I'll give it a try?
I felt bad, right? So it was like, immediately, I was like, oh yeah, this sucks. But then like, I put it on a couple times when Dad came home, so it looked like I had been playing. So I'd be like, oh, I can hear my dad opening the door. So I'd be like, oh, let's turn on the math game.
Fooling him, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he spent so much time on that game.
That's so adorable, but also, your dad is the devil.
Really misinformed. So yeah, I had been introduced to video games, but there was no violence yet. And that's how the video games get you. They start slow, they make you feel comfortable, and then BAM! You're violent, right?
Yeah.
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 So like, yeah.
Can relate, yeah.
So it's Christmas. I'm 5-year-old Joel. I'm opening a present from Grandma. I got the present right here. What could it be? I have no idea what this is. I open it. Jonas, make some good VFX for this. Oh my God, opening, so great. And it's a Nintendo Game Boy, guys. It was for my grandma, so obviously, even 5-year-old Joel knew that Grandma didn't buy the Game Boy. Grandma gave money to Dad. Dad bought the Game Boy on behalf of Grandma. Don't try to fool me, Dad. This is such a call-out video on my dad. Like, Dad, stop doing all these nice things for me. And yeah, this was the original Game Boy. I mean, kids nowadays, they grew up with like the Game Boy Advance or the Game Boy Advance SP or even Game Boy Color, I guess, if you're almost as old as me. But I had the original black and white Game Boy. Yeah, I'm old, okay? Stop the bullying. Stop the bullying. No bullying in the comments. Don't do it. Shut up. And there were some amazing games for the Game Boy. There were Mickey Mouse Magic Wands. Amazing game. This is the exposition.
Whoa, wow.
Also some great sound. I mean,
with the sound.
This is 8-bit, guys. You guys don't realize you liked this.
if you're a kid in, I don't want to say,
Stone Age.
yeah. This is the actual game.
Oh.
Hey,
This is before my time.
I'm so young. Yeah, and so on. And then we also had Super Mario Land 2 6 golden coins. The best Mario game out there. Fight me. Check this out, guys. This is incredible. Check that out, guys.
That looks pretty epic, not gonna lie.
It is pretty epic. Look at that.
Live. But is this some weird off-brand Mario?
No, it's a power-up. Such a great game.
Well, I did notice that it was black and white.
Well, back in my day, we didn't have color. The world was in black and white, everything. Anyway, that's a great joke, by the way. My dad used to do that one. And my grandpa. The thing with the Game Boy was that the buttons felt so good and everything was so smooth. It's the reason I never got into. You're probably like, oh, touchscreen gaming. I like,
No, my first
like
game,
my Fruit Ninja, whatever.
No, my first game was Lara Croft on Windows 98.
Oh, really?
Video game, yeah.
That's the one with the
Lara
triangle.
Croft. Yeah. That one, that exact
Oh
game.
my god.
Yeah.
I like that, like, you commit to, like, yeah, we want the character to have big and then
Yeah.
when you see that you have to make them triangles, you're not like, let's
Yeah.
not do that. You're still like, yeah, no, it's better than not big. I want the triangle. Anyway, I'm still not violent at this point in my gaming, but I did get obsessed. And these are the first signs of how bad video games are for you. So, I would bring the Game Boy on car rides, I would bring it to the beach, I would bring it
To
to
the beach?
school. Yeah.
Oh my god.
What's wrong with bringing it to the beach?
The whole point is that you're supposed to enjoy the beach when you go and not play the Game Boy.
I enjoy the Game Boy at the beach.
Virtual beach.
I feel like you were reassessing your friendship with Joel.
Yeah.
Shut up. And it would be stuff like, you know, Mom, I don't want to eat dinner. I'm fighting Team Rocket in the radio tower. you guys can eat your food. I'm gonna play my games. My parents tried hiding the Game Boy to try to make me play less. Didn't work. I'd always find it. I had a sixth sense for where they hid the Game Boy. What really stopped it from totally consuming my life was that my eyes got tired from squinting at the tiny screen. After like 3 hours, I just couldn't look at it anymore. My eyes would just want to close and like I
Yeah.
started crying. When I was 8 years old, I got sick, and my dad, still a good dad by the way, he didn't want me to be home alone, bored all day. So he went to the video rental store, remember those? Don't bully me, I'm not old. And he rented a Nintendo 64 and Mario Kart for me to play when I was home alone and sick, because he didn't want me to be bored. And that was a big mistake. It was too much fun. I would win cups in Mario Kart, just like the standard cups, and I would get so excited, so I'd call my dad every time at work and be like, Dad, I won the Mushroom Cup! And he'd be like, yeah, that's great. 15 minutes later, Dad, I won the Star Cup! And I just went on. And I realized something really important. If I lie about being sick, I get to stay home and play Nintendo 64. That's how you do it. So I did. I lied 2 times. I would get the Nintendo 64. I got Mario Kart. I got Super Mario 64. Amazing games. But you know, calling my dad ended up being my undoing, because obviously I was too energetic and I worked way too hard on finishing the games, and I would just call my dad all the time, and clearly I was not sick enough to be home, right? The 3rd time I said I was sick in like 2 weeks. I was like, Dad, I'm sick. Go get the Nintendo 64, Dad, I'm sick. And he was like, well, sure, you can stay home from school if you're sick, but you're not getting a Nintendo. And I was instantly cured of my illness. I don't know, suddenly I was like, oh, actually I feel pretty good now. I could probably go to school. And that was the end of that. Later, my dad bought a new computer, and this was a Pentium 2 Windows 95 computer. Whew, top of the line, guys. Top of the line.
And still old.
Shut up. This was when I truly became an epic gamer. But I got some ground rules from my parents. Rule number 1, finish homework before games. Rule number 2, no violent video games. Rule number 3, no online games, because Dad was really extremely scared of viruses, which was probably like good at this point, because people got viruses from, you know, that people used to like click email attachments and get viruses and stuff.
Yeah.
4, I would only be allowed to surf the web for 15 minutes a day, because 15 minutes a day, because it was like a dial-up connection and it would go over the landline, so it would block the phones and everything. Obviously, these 4 things are the best things of gaming. Violent games and online gaming. So obviously, it was time once again to start lying to the parents. Lying about homework was really easy. You just be like, there was no homework, or I did the homework in school, Mom. Violent games, more difficult, because all my money I got from my parents, and they would be able to be like, oh, you can't use it for this or that. But I was born in the perfect time for this, because there was CD burner piracy. Basically, you could copy your friends' games and there was nothing to stop you. You could just copy a game onto like a CDR and they would work just as if you would have bought the games. So I had a stash of secret games that I had copied from my friends, and
I didn't know this.
Really?
No.
Just to be extra sure, I hid them, but I also wrote fake names on the CDs.
Oh.
So Half-Life, a really violent game. I wrote FIFA 99 on. But
Wait, you wrote FIFA 99 for your 95 computer.
FIFA 95. I don't know what FIFA was. Doesn't matter. But also StarCraft. StarCraft is just like a top-down strategy game, but that was also too violent for my parents. So I wrote the Barbie nail designer on that. I don't know.
Well, that was less suspicious.
Yeah, I feel that's more suspicious now. But anyway, I wrote that. The hardest one to lie about and to circumvent was the 15-minute internet limit. That's really difficult because my mom would talk to my aunts on the phone for hours and hours, and there were no cell phones at this point. It would be like she'd be on and then I couldn't do the internet. But the worst part is when I was online, like gaming with the buds, doing whatever, Counter-Strike or something, and my mom would lift the phone in the other room and she would hear the like modem sound like and so she would scream like Joel, and then I would get like a real scolding from mom. Well-deserved scolding. I deserved that. Another bad thing was that we would get bills that had the monthly costs of the internet, and it would specify exactly what times I had been online.
It was pretty expensive, right?
It was really expensive, yeah. I think I averaged about 2 hours a day instead of 15 minutes
that's
a day.
That's quite a lot.
I think kids nowadays do a lot more than 2 hours, but like when you...
For that time, that was a lot.
Definitely. My mom and dad told me that I needed to cut down on the internet, but they never really stopped me. I just kept on doing it anyway. My biggest motivation for lying was friends. This was when MSN Messenger was big. I was like writing with my friends, sending like funny pictures. So that was like my whole social life, playing Counter-Strike, playing Half-Life. Everything was online suddenly. And I was willing to lie to my parents to have friends. That just makes sense, I think.
You sacrificed everything. You were willing to have them pay for it.
But sadly, this gaming culture and these friends were what led me to violence. Now we're getting there, guys. Time for violent behavior time. Okay guys, so I know you guys are gonna be convinced at the end of this, so make sure to buy the shirt. I am a really dangerous gamer. Do it right now. So my first real friend group, we played a lot of video games. We would meet up and game together. Desktop computers were the only things that could play video games at the time. No one had a laptop, and the laptop that existed were like so slow and bad, you couldn't do anything on them. So it's really hard to move around the desktops. It only happened like a handful of times. So instead, an entrepreneur in my little town opened up a gaming cafe. They had like 8 computers in 2 rows, and they had all the good games installed. It was awesome. You could rent this place per hour, so we would go there and play like a couple hours after school. But the big event was night gibs. A night gib was an all-nighter at an internet cafe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you're like, wow.
That's intense.
We were 6 friends. We would rent the whole place from 6 p.m. on Friday night to 6 a.m. on Saturday morning.
Oh, that sounds...
I mean, that would kill me now. But at the time, like I was 13, it really worked. The owner would sleep in the back room, and we could go like ding this little thing, and he would sell us like candy, and Jolt Cola was important because otherwise you wouldn't stay awake. And I needed hella candy and hella Jolt Cola to survive. And we would play Counter-Strike, we would play Warcraft 3 Tower Defense, we would play Dota, Quake 3 Arena, StarCraft, all these amazing games. It was literally the dream, just being with 5 of your best friends playing video games all night. Oh, so good. It was more fun than anything else I remember in my childhood pretty much. We were also together in an IRL space. It's so different from gaming now. So like sit in the teams, and we would do bets on games. We would watch funny videos together, all this stuff. So it's like an awesome gaming sleepover, minus the sleeps. It's like an awesome gaming wakeover.
All night.
Yeah, but anyway, this is when it gets sad, guys. F's in the chat right now. Staying up all night on just candy and soda makes you a bit unstable. This is when violence occurred. There was this one guy in my friend group, and he was the worst at video games. And around 4 or 5 a.m. in the middle of the night, this guy, he owned me incredibly in Counter-Strike, really bad. And he was also really smug and like a bad winner about it. Oh yeah, screw you, Joel, you're Joel. I realized that he had like practiced during the week and gotten better. Cheater, got better at the game. Screw that. And my sugared up 13-year-old brain wouldn't have it. This is not okay. I went over there and I started hitting him on the arms. Started hitting him on the arms and like in the belly, and on the arms. Not in the face, obviously. I'm not a savage, but
that would be too far.
yeah. And he started hitting back on the arms and the belly, and we ended up on the floor just fighting, and the friends had to like break it up. And guys, That's proof that violent video games make you violent. Help spread the word. Buy the shirt right now. Video games made me violent. Stay back. You and I, us gamers, we could snap at any time. People need to be aware. Buy the shirt. No, but honestly, like, kids are competitive. Whenever kids get competitive, since the dawn of time, they will fight.
And you would know the dawn of time.
Shut up. Shut up.
You are barely younger than him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're very barely, yeah. But you know, way more than making me violent, which I don't think it did. It connected me to friends and it helped me sustain through like lonely times, all these amazing video games. And they're also just fun. And you know, I still play. I just love me some games. That's it. So buy the shirt, since that doesn't make any sense anymore, but still buy it, okay? Buy it.
Good argument.
Also, thank you guys so much for the nice response on the sorry video last week. I was not expecting such a great response. You guys are awesome. Thanks for supporting these new kinds of videos. And I also wanted to mention that the Discord server is awesome. It's been super nice to chat to you guys. Me and Jonas are on there regularly just chatting. However, I do not appreciate that people have started saying that Pig Jonas, that's Jonas's name on there. Pig Jonas is their Lord and Savior, and they're saying that Jonas should take over. Don't do that. Stop the bullying. Nothing like that on the Discord server. Stop that immediately. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Link to the Discord in the description, but no Pig Jonas worship on there. Okay. Thank you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.